welcome back to the second day of live art. This is Priya from Priya Arts Art Studio, where I teach art for all ages. I hope everyone is staying safe during this tough situation. Let's relax a little bit and do a fun art with our family. Are you ready with these items? We need pencil, eraser, a ruler, oil pastels. If you don't have oil pastels, crayons or color pencils are fine, though they create different textured art. So we can go ahead and start now. Here I have Kavya and Ovia, my kids.
Hi.
So we are ready to go now. Okay. We are going to do giraffe pop art today. So let's keep our oil pastels ready and a ruler. So we are going to measure a giraffe. It's better if you turn your paper vertically. The giraffe is going to be long from top to bottom. So it would be great if you turn your paper vertically to do that. So let's start the measuring. It's going to be a long face of the giraffe. So let's measure. If you have a bigger paper, it's hi Shakti, good to see you. And we are going to measure 30 centimeters probably. Let's do a dot here all the way, so it goes all the way down. 30 centimeters. So let's measure 5 centimeters and have a dot here. So start using the pencil. I don't know if you could see the dots clearly. I'm using pastel for you to watch the picture clearly. I'm just making the dots with the measurement. So let's do 5 centimeter and do a dot here, and then another 5, and let's do a 10 centimeter at the bottom.
What do you do?
So 5 centimeter, another 5 centimeter, and a 10 centimeter. So we made the dots. On the beginning dot, we are going to make a U like that. A U like a boat. Are you all able to see that? I can keep it closer. Yeah, Pratima, I'm making it closer.
Who's Fatima?
Is it okay now? Yeah. So I just made a small U here. And then we're going to make 2 long lines like that. It's going to be, yeah, you can measure it as another 5 centimeters.
What?
Can you show the measurements again? Yeah, I'll tell you the measurements again. It's going to be 5 centimeter. The entire giraffe is going to be 30 centimeters or more than that. So we are measuring 5 centimeters and made a dot. Another 5, another dot, and there's a 10 centimeter to make the bottom dot. from the above, from the first dot, we measured another 5 centimeters on top of the first dot.
Wait, not on the right track.
So we made
Where's
two
my ruler?
mountain-like structures on top of the head. This is going to be the top of the head.
Wait, I'm not.
And then we are going to make a tiny curve like that. There's going to be a tiny curve. If you're done with this, remember we had a 5 centimeter measurement here. There's going to be 2 ears on both the sides. It's going to be in between the 5 centimeter measurement. So I'm going to show you now. There's going to be 1 ear like that. So it's going to be between 5 centimeter line.
I'm not on the right track. Come on. How can you do that?
We're just making 2 ears on the side. We can make it a little bigger. So use your pencil so that it's easier to erase even if you make any mistakes. Let me know if you have any questions. After this, we are going to make a tiny curve for the eyes. It's going to be little bulged up here, little bulged up. For the eyes.
Doesn't look like a giraffe.
That's 5 centimeter on top of the head. So it's only 5 centimeters.
Oh.
And then we had the very bottom dot and at the 10 centimeter where we are going to start a U-like curve. There's going to be a U-like curve here. And then we are going to make a curve all the way broadened till here. It's going to be a broad chin for the giraffe. Just like a curvy part. We made the bottom of the face. Now we are just gonna join the line from here and the line from here. So after this, are you all done with this till here?
No, I'm not done.
Okay, I'll wait for you. So we had 2 ears, 5 centimeters. The lower jaw is going to be a broad U. Okay? And that's going to be a long neck. You can do that till the end of your paper. You can use your ruler to make a straight line for the neck. Straight, long neck. Yeah, Alamu, I can wait for you. So we need to make our outline good so that the face of the giraffe turns out well. See, we had the eyes here. We had the eyes
Where?
on the side here. The eye is going to be here.
Those are the eyes.
And then we are going to extend the middle part right there a little more, a little bigger, where the curves are starting. We are going to extend the line till there. Okay?
Wait.
Now for the
I'm not done yet. How do you do the sides?
sides are little curves, tiny curves here.
Could I see that picture?
Yeah.
Look at it.
It's just a tiny curve on both sides, and
It's a little.
we are joining with this jaw. Okay? And then there's going to be 2 nostrils. 2 nostrils for the giraffe. Ovia, the jaw has to come below the line. Look here. It's coming below this line. Okay? The nostrils are a little bigger. It's not too tiny. They're little bigger, like a petal. The eyes are going to be on the 2 sides of the curve. So the one eye is going to be like that, and it's like a less than symbol right there. You can make the bottom a little curved. Make the bottom of the eye a little curved. After you made the less than symbol, make it little curved. So we are doing the same thing on the other side, a greater than symbol, except it's going to be little curved at the bottom. So it's gonna have big, cute eyes right there. Okay? The eyes are really big. If you see, Kavya, the eyes are big like that. It needs to be bigger. So if anybody couldn't follow, I can tell that again. You can leave a comment at the bottom.
How do you do the eyes?
The eyes are like a less than symbol right there.
Where are the eyes?
On one corner here and the other corner right there. It's going to be big. Okay? And then we are making eyelashes. When you're doing with pencil, I know it'll be thin, but when you're doing with pastel, you need to be really careful with the eyelashes. It needs to be thin. So one bigger, one medium, and a tiny one. So the eyelashes are going to be like that. Your giraffe looks evil. It'll be okay. After you're done with the pop art coloring, it'll turn out something like really cool.
Mine's evil?
Ishies? Okay.
Mine's not evil.
So if you're done with this, we can start with the coloring.
But my neck's really short. My neck's short.
Yeah, Ishi, it'll turn out fine, don't worry.
My neck's really short.
That's okay. So we're going to start with the oil pastels. If not, you can do crayons or color pencils too. Though oil pastels are much brighter and it blends well rather than the color pencil or crayon. So I'm going to start with the top of the head for the giraffe. I'm going to pick the entire face. You can be creative with the colors. The one thing I would like to say is if it has to look brighter, you can use yellow, orange, more of yellow, orange, baby pink. So that's when the colors look brighter on the giraffe instead of like darker blue or darker green. Make sure you have much yellow, orange, or baby pink in the giraffe rather than the darker colors. So I'm going to start with orange and yellow at the top for the top of the head. So remember, it's a pop art giraffe, so it's going to be bright and colorful. It's going to be vibrant with multiple colors in it. Pop art is like it has so many colors in it. It's vibrant and bright. So let's start with the top of the head. So I'm going to, when you are doing the oil pastel, remember you need to hold it like a knife. Make sure you don't smudge the colors by keeping your finger or palm inside the picture. You might want to hold the oil pastel away from the sheet, from the paper you're doing, and use a lot of pressure to do the coloring. Make sure there are no white spaces. So I'm going to do orange here and there and going to blend with other colors. When you're doing the corners, make sure it's remaining within the corners. So I'm going to blend this with yellow. So whenever you're doing the blending, what color is that? I'm using orange.
No. I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah. And then I'm going to blend that with yellow here in the middle. So it's okay if it gets combined with orange. That's the effect we want to create because it's a multicolored giraffe. If you're choosing any other color from the color wheel, make sure you're choosing something next to each other, like light green or dark green, light blue, darker blue, orange and yellow, or light orange and darker orange, or light purple, darker purple. Sahana is watching. Hi Sahana. Yeah, let me know if you have any questions. So make sure you're choosing the colors next to each other in the color wheel so that it kind of blends easily.
For both ears?
For both the ears.
What's your baby pink?
Okay.
What matches with it?
Baby pink? Yeah.
What matches with it?
Did you use baby pink? A darker color. Darker
She
pink.
mixed this. I mixed red and white.
Yeah, you can use baby pink. So I'm going to use a little bit of lighter blue on top of that. Remember, it's like a modern art. So I'm just mixing some blue right there.
Weird. Wait, light blue or dark blue?
Light blue. And then, so I'm moving on to the next part.
I'm not on the next part.
Okay, finish it up. So I'm going to choose light green and darker green. If you're choosing something else, choose from the color wheel. I'm going to make it more yellowish and orange in the middle of the face so that it's not too dark. So I'm going to start with a darker green on the edges of the face. So make sure you're not smudging it. So it's really, we put a lot of pressure. When I'm doing it, make sure there's no white space.
Wait, what do we do after this?
So I'm just starting with darker green and
So
going
can
to
we do
blend
any
them.
color?
Blend them with lighter green.
Could I have purple?
Yeah.
Dark red, light purple.
I'll keep it in a moment. Okay. So I'm going to blend that with lighter green right there. So always choose the darker color to blend with a lighter color. And use a lot of pressure to fill up the space. I'm going to extend the colors to the face right there. Make sure you're not smudging it by keeping your palm inside the picture.
Never mind, I don't need it. Purple.
So I'm just blending the light green and darker green right there on the face. So if your oil pastel has any other color on top of the pastel, you can use a tissue paper to wipe that off so that it's clean and not mixed with any color. So I just use the green right there. Now for the ears. So I'm going to use darker purple and lighter purple. If you don't have purple, you can mix blue and red to make purple. If you want a lighter version, you can mix white with it so that it gets lighter. So I'm starting with the ears here. Make sure you're doing shorter strokes so that you don't have white spaces.
I can't see enough.
Yes.
So hard.
So I started with a darker color right there. So one layer of dark. So when I'm going to give the lighter color here, look at the direction I'm doing for the ears. I'm using slanted lines for the ears.
I'm looking at the dark purple.
So I'm using slanted lines like that. Make sure they are blended with the darker purple. Right there. I'm doing the same thing for the other ear. So you're welcome to choose any two combination of darker or lighter color. Make sure you're choosing the colors next to each other in the color wheel right there. So this is what we have done so far. And then I'm going to use
Can I have the light purple?
yellow. So if you use like lighter colors on the face, most of the lighter colors, the face looks much brighter. So I'm going to use yellow right there.
Dark purple. Dark purple.
So make sure when you're doing the blending, make sure you're doing in the same direction as the other color. Since I used like slanted strokes on the previous color, I'm doing the same when I'm blending with yellow. Use the same slanted strokes. And that's when it gets blended very nicely. So now for the other side. So use the same kind of strokes for blending. If you did the top to bottom direction, use the same top to bottom direction for it to blend.
The orange?
Yellow.
That's a different color.
Yeah, that's fine. But make sure not both the colors are too dark. Use one darker color and one lighter color. okay? I'm also going to extend my yellow to the top of the eye here, this part, and to this part. So it's okay. Is there any background? There's no background for this Diya. Adit, I'm sure it's Adit, right? Adit, we're only going to have some bubbles in the background. We are not going to have any background color for this. So even if you have any other color mixed with the pastel, it's okay for this art because it's a pop art. It's going to be multicolored, so don't worry about that. It's just a color combination we choose. And then I'm going to use a little bit of orange right there. And then on top of the forehead, make sure you're not smudging the art. Keep the hands away from the picture. Hold the pastel like you're holding a knife.
I don't know how to hold a knife.
Like that. So just keep your hands and fingers away from the paper so that it's not smudged. So I'm covering the forehead with a little bit of orange. Make sure you give a lot of pressure and tiny strokes so that there is no white space in between. I'm going to use pink and red next. If you don't have pink, you can use white and red. You can blend the white with red to make it pink. Give me that pink.
I want next.
Okay. We need to make the nose a little popped up. We need to make sure the nose is clearly seen amidst this multicolored face. So we are just going to outline the nose a little bit. So I'm using a darker red.
My nose is getting covered.
You can use a darker color and then make your nose there, right there. So I'm using a dark red just to outline my nose there. And I'm going to do a little bit of dark red along with the curve near the nose.
Mama, my orange is blocking my nose.
Looking like a good giraffe. Thanks, Hannah.
Mama.
I'm sure yours is turning out good too.
Mama.
Yeah.
My orange covered my nose.
That's okay. You can blend them with red, okay? So I'm making a little bit of red, dark red right there. Also, I'm going to do a darker red right there near the nostrils so that we could clearly see the nostrils.
Wait, can I see?
A little shade around the nostrils.
Mama, do you give it to the whole
No, just on top. So now I'm going to mix my pink, which goes with the red. If you don't have pink, you can mix white on top of the red to make pink. So I'm going to blend that with the red right there. Make sure there's no white space. So short strokes with a little bit of pressure.
Mama, I want the
So I'm kind of coloring the nose here. Half of the nose, not the entire nose. So kind of blend it with the dark red right there. So I'm also extending my pinkish shade to the other side. And just below in the middle of nostril. Okay. So moving on to the face, more yellow. So I'm going to do more brighter colored face. So I need more yellow there. So I'm kind of blending it with the pink right there. So you can leave a little bit of space right there. And I'm doing the same thing with the other side. So to make your giraffe more brighter, use more yellow or orange. Okay. Here is my face, covered with bright yellow. And then I'm going to use a light blue. And I'm going to blend that with yellow as well. So I'm going to give a light shade of blue there. And kind of blend that with yellow. So use a lot of pressure for it to blend well. So we have that mixed color right there. So we have So now we have a good face. I'm going to use more yellow on the middle of the nose. Blend well with the top color. Do the same direction from top to bottom. So I'm going to do more yellow on the bottom. Remember to do the same direction. So I'm not covering my entire jaw.
Do I have to outline this?
So I'm going to use a little bit of orange to blend with yellow. Make sure if you're using orange, you need to kind of go over with yellow on top of it so that it blends well. We are doing the same direction. So I'm going over with yellow on top of the orange. So that it blends really well. So you have a brighter face for the giraffe right now. Okay, I'm going to mix a little bit of light blue here. So my blue is dirty, so I'm just wiping that off. So I'm gonna give a little shade of blue right there near the nostril and the other side too, so that it's not completely yellow. It's kind of have that blue tinge on the face. At the bottom, I kind of so I'm going to do tiny patterns on the neck and on the cheek of the giraffe with dark blue. Have dark blue. So I'm going to do, remember the pattern?
Isn't that black?
No, it's dark blue. So I'm going to do tiny square or rectangle shaped patterns. Be very careful, you don't want to do very big patterns. Just tiny patterns on both the cheeks. Random shapes. The actual giraffe has random shapes of patterns on them. So you can kind of blend a little bit of light blue near that pattern here. You can make it lighter by blending it with lighter blue. So that the designs are not sticking out. It's kind of like blended well. So let me know if anybody wants it zoomed to show the colors inside. So I'm going to do the same patterns in its neck here. So on the neck I'm going to do big squares. So I'm just filling that pattern on the neck. Make sure you're giving a lot of pressure to fill in the gaps without the white spaces. Can you zoom? Yeah, I can do that. Let me see. Yeah, this is how it should look. So we just blended the colors. Okay, what color? So I just chose darker color. Like it, thank you, Sahana. Yeah, so I just chose a darker blue and a lighter blue Gensi. So I'm making more designs there. And the neck. Like much wider designs. You're welcome, Jency. So make sure there are no white spots. Same direction, short strokes. And more designs just to cover the neck. Can you zoom in? Yeah, I'll do that. Okay, so this is how it should look. Okay, so we made more patterns on the neck now. Make sure you are not smudging the artwork with your hands. Keep your fingers and palm away from the paper so that it's not smudged. So I'm going to fill in the neck now with yellow. It's okay if the dark blue gets mixed with the neck here. That's what we need. We need a multicolored neck. So it's okay if you have multicolors in your pastel. That's when we get that shade instead of just plain yellow right there. So I'm making it look more fancy. But doing the yellow right there. So don't worry about the blue color mixed with yellow right there. It's okay if it gets blended. Okay, so now for the nostrils. So I'm going to use darker purple probably for the nostrils. You can use darker blue or something dark in color when compared to the face.
I'm going to have that one after.
You need to make the nostrils stand out. So you need a darker color. You can choose dark blue or brown or
red.
Something dark, really dark. We have red around that, so we need to give something that pops out.
Fine, brown. I'm doing brown.
Or you can take this.
I need that one.
Yeah, I'll give you.
Okay, purple.
Okay, 1 second.
Purple.
Okay, we just filled the nostrils
Can I have
there.
dark purple?
That's the dark purple.
Where? The magenta.
That's the dark purple, the one you have. Okay?
Where's the other dark purple? That's not dark purple, that's magenta. Oh, could I have magenta?
Magenta. Where is magenta? Okay, we are going to. We're going to make. Yeah, once. It's just the think this is...
That's not the magenta. I know what the magenta is.
This one?
No, that's not the magenta. I know what the magenta is.
Yeah, here. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm going to make this curve stand out, the nose right there. So I'm giving a slight outline for the face with dark red. If you have used any other color inside, use a darker color to do the outline there. We are almost done except for the eyes. For the eyes, we are going to use black. We need to be really careful when using black. If something goes wrong, it's hard for us to erase our mistakes. So be very careful with the black. Make sure you're not smudging inside the art with your fingers or palm. We are going to cover this eye here with black. Be very careful when you're doing it. So I'm going to color this eye completely black. Be very careful when using black. The reason we are doing black at the very end is it's really dark and our mistakes are very visible with black. So very careful when using the black. So I'm using a lot of pressure to make sure there is no white spaces or gaps in between. So we covered the eye like that. And now for the other eye, you're doing the same thing for the other eye. It's round and big eyes. So I'm using a lot of pressure to do the eyes. We are not done with the eyes yet. We are going to give tiny detail to the eyes. That's when it will be complete.
The eyelashes.
No,
What? But we need to do the eyelashes.
we will be doing it. Yeah.
But isn't that tiny?
So to check if your eyes are right, you can hold a ruler here and see if both the eyes are in the same line. So you will know if the eyes are in the same line when you're doing the eyes.
Here's mine.
Now with white, we're going to use white to do tiny details inside the eye. Now we have complete black eye. We need to make a white curve at the bottom of the eye. So I'll show this closer. So we need to make that tiny white line at the bottom. I can show that closer. So we are making white line like that. Okay. And we're going to make a tiny white dot inside. That's the shiny part of the eye.
I already did it.
Okay, good job. So we made like a tiny dot. You can even do another tiny dot inside the eye so that you can show the shine right there. So I'm zooming that again. So now the eye looks real. Okay? We are doing the same thing on the other eye. Same white line. By this time I think your white would have got mixed with black. You can wipe that with the paper and make it complete white. We're doing the same white curve at the bottom and a tiny dot, but this time it's the opposite side of the eye. So like that. There's one more thing remaining. There is this eyelid at the top and the bottom. So to differentiate that, you can use a little bit of brown on the bottom of the eye. That gives a shadow effect for the eyes. On the other side as well. Just a tiny bit of brown. And we are doing the same thing on top of the eye for the eyelid.
So cute.
We're doing the same thing, just a little bit, to create that shadow. So don't go too crazy on the brown. You're just doing a tiny bit there. Okay? Now you all will love when we are doing this eyelashes. We're finishing this with the eyelash. Be very careful with the pastel because the end of the pastel is broad and not thin like the pencil. When you're doing the eyelashes, you need to go really thin. If it gets very thick and dark, it won't look very nice. So be very careful, make it very thin and tiny. So if you have white spaces anywhere, you can fill that with the colors and make it more appealing.
Mine's cute.
So now I'm going to show you the picture in close. Ooh, we're done with this cute giraffe. We can also make the giraffe smile a little bit. It looks really serious. Use the brown. You can do a tiny curve at the bottom. Just a tiny curve. Not too much. Just a tiny curve. It looks good now. So if you accidentally have smudges around the picture, you can always erase them. to make it neat and clear.
With lots of smudges.
So if you accidentally had your palm inside the picture, you can erase them.
I can't erase them now. Just getting all.
So you can do your artistic signature at the end. And we are done with the picture. Great, this is the best giraffe I have seen, and the giraffe is so cute. Thank you, Sadnam. Thanks for the compliment. So I would like to see all of your pictures in the comments. If you could post your pictures, I would be really happy to look at your giraffes. Now let's see what Kavya and Ovia has. Let me see.
You don't have to lift it.
Let's see. Whoa, that looks really colorful. Great job, guys.
You said there were going to be bubbles in the background.
Yeah, if you want, you can do bubbles at the background. Yeah, they are reminding me about that. So if you want, we can do rainbow bubbles at the background. Don't go too crazy on the bubbles. Just tiny rounds with all the multiple colors. Yeah, really tiny bubbles.
Can I use big bubbles?
Okay. And we are done. It looks good. Thank you, Harshini. Post your picture also after you're done with this. So let's meet this Thursday at 4 p.m. again. I hope everybody enjoyed drawing giraffe with me today. It looks good. Thank you, Ramesh Vemula. Thank you. So let's meet with another picture this Thursday at 4 p.m. If you would like to draw something that you like, you can post your comments at the bottom, and we can draw that together next time. See you next 4 p.m. on Thursday. Hope you all enjoyed it. Bye-bye.
Bye!
Bye.